Hi, Eric. Hope you're doing great. Chapter 9.5, Pre-algebra, direct variations. And I'd like you to, direct variations are proportional. I'd like you to write that down, like maybe right here. Here's all your notes here. A direct variation, you get x over y. They're always equal, which is what a proportion is. And whatever x over y equals is called a constant. They call it k. It's the constant of variation or the constant of proportionality. I'd like you to, write down. Anyways, direct variations are proportional, right? Are proportional. Write that in there. Write k equals y over x. And so then y equals k times x. And if it's a direct variation, k is going to be greater than 0. K is going to be positive. Which means you're going to get a line. If you graph the line, you're going to get a line through the origin with a positive slope. It's going to be a line through the origin with a positive slope. So write that down. So it's a line through the origin with a positive slope. Direct variation, all that stuff is going on there conceptually. So write that down, study it, get that down. Right. So anyways, they show you this stuff. Here's my first thing. When you have tables, they can be vertical or horizontal. If you get a horizontal table, the x is supposed to be on top and the y is supposed to be on bottom. And when you have a vertical table, the x is on the left and the y is on the right. If you have one of these tables, make it look like this. I can't stand tables like this because you want to write y over x, but it's got x over y. So anyways, I'm always going to write them horizontally. Here's my x's, here's my y's. Right away, you know that this isn't a function because you got repeating x's. 312 and 320, it's going to fail the vertical line test because you got repeating x's. Anyways, is this they want you to know, determine whether each value represents a direct variation. Well, when you do y over x, you get 5. You should get the same number every time. You get 5, 5, but here you get 4, and here you get this. So no, it's not a direct variation because you don't get the same number. This isn't even a function because you got repeating x's. If you graph this, you'd have these 2 points lining up vertically. Here is a direct variation. When you do y over x, you get 6, 6, 6, 6, which is a constant. That's why they call it the constant of variation. You get the same number every time. And so it's 6. So here's my equation. If they ask you to, so here's my constant of variation, and here's my equation. And if you go to graph that, it's going to go through the origin. So just 0, 0, and then over 1 up 6. Just put a 1 under here. That's your slope. This is constant variations are lines easy. These are lines that go through the origin, which mean they're proportional, right? Hope I'm not saying all this stuff too fast. If I am, then repeat it, watch it again, all right? So that's skill check number 1. Skill check number 2 is on the next page here. They just want you to tell me if these indicates which equations are direct variation. If the equation describes a direct variation, give the constant variation. Well, this one's it, because you're just thinking y equals kx. Yeah, this is yes, because k is 3.5. This is yes, because k is pi. This, you don't have to have y and x. This could be c and d, but anyways. And this one's no, because there's a plus or minus something here. It's not in the y equals kx form. And this is no because it's not in the form. And if you try to put it in the form, if you divide both sides by x, you get y equals 100 divided by x. And x has to be in the can't be in the denominator, it has to be in the numerator. I mean, this is not, anyways, this is not direct variation. This is actually inverse variation. You'll learn that later on in algebra. Okay, so then skill check number 3. So you're supposed to graph the direct variation, which is super easy here. You should be able to do this without even making a table. This is like you could put your plus 0 and over 1. So you start at 0. Bob has nothing, and every day he saves $3. Or you can make a table. If you plug in 0, you get 0. You plug in 1, you get 3. Plug in 2, you get 6. Anyways, but here's your over 1 up 3. You only need 2 points to draw a line. And this one here, trying to do without the line, yeah, Bob has nothing. You could do your plus 0, and you could just go over 2 up 1. Anyways, again, you could do this without making your table. But if you made your table, like 0, 0, here's your y over x is 1 over 2, and then just double it. Just go times 2 times 2. Just do 2 and 4. And it's still 1/2. Your constant variation's a half. But anyways, so hopefully graphing direct variations is super easy. That's your k is just your slope. Just go O dot, just go over 2 up 1. Draw your line. And then skill check number 4. This is the way they show you to do it, all this monkey shine down here. Ugh. And so I'll do it like that, but I'll show you how to do it the much easier way. First off, find k. So y equals kx. So I'm just going 18 equals k times 4. Divide both sides by 4. K equals that. Right? So just plug it in and solve. And here's my equation. They didn't ask for the equation, but that'd be my equation. Number 2. Oh wait, so I could have done number 1 like this. Since it's proportional, just do your y over x. And so you've got, it's proportional. Now, well, here, okay, I'll do it. Wow. Make your circle, obey your circle. You get 18 over 4 equals, I don't know, which is your k over 1. And you just reduce that. Remember, y over x is k, so you get 4.5. Or you just write the equation, plug it in, solve. Number 2, write your equation, plug in, solve. K is 4. It's a constant proportionality. Again, if I did it this way, just y over x, remember that equals k. So it's just 32 over 4 equals k, and you get k equals 8. Or you could write your proportion. That's when you write y over x, you get 32 over 4 equals, I don't know, which is k over 1. And it's just times 8 times 8, you know, k equals 8. So there's, when you do it like a proportion, y over x. Or you can just write the equation to it. Number 3, this 3 and 4 are tougher. They give you, they want you to, so y varies directly with x. So it, y equals 5 when x equals 10. So find y when x equals 22. So just write y equals kx, plug in your 5 and your 10 and solve. So k is 1/2. Then write your equation, plug in 1/2. Then plug in whichever one they gave you. They gave you this one, so y is 11. So here's kind of the way the book shows it. But again, just, it's a proportion. If it varies directly, it's a proportion. Just do y over x. So 5 over 10 equals, I don't know, over 22. Well, that's just divide by 2, divide by 2. So it's 11. This is a way faster way to do it, I think. If you understand, if it's direct variation, it's proportional. Make your circle, obey your circle. So here's how you do it the way the book shows it. And then you plug in your k, plug in your x, and get your answer. Here's how to do it if you just realize it's proportion, y over x, so 2 over 5 equals I don't know over 22. Crisscross and divide. I think it's way easier to understand that, what first thing I said, that direct variations are proportional. And if it's proportional, you can make your table obey your table. If it's proportional, it's going to be like y equals something times x. It'll be a line through the origin. In your table, you should have 0, 0. This is like times 2 times 2, or times 3 times 3. You can think proportionally in your table. All right? This is like divide by 2, or times 2 times 2. You can think proportionally in your table. It's a line through the origin. It's an equation where it's y equals something times x.